Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. Ruth Odinga is clearly on her way to Linda Wananchi. This is what Ruth Odinga posted after the successful rally, Linda Wananchi rally, which was held in Kisumu. To the people of Kisumu, I say heartfelt thank you. My decision loading. That is Ruth Odinga. And anybody who has been following Ruth Odinga very closely, she's been leaning more towards Edwin Sifuna and the group. And just like I keep on saying on this platform, in politics, we have only two constants: interest and betrayal. So the question is, will Ruth Odinga betray the brother Oburu Oginga, who is the current ODM party leader, or will she go with her political interest? In this video, I want to talk about the move by Ruth Odinga and how that's going to play out. In this video, I want us to talk about the possibility of Ruth Odinga joining Edwin Sifuna. Because let me take you through the post which she made, just part of it. To the people of Kisumu, I say a heartfelt thank you. Today you demonstrated to the world that Kisumu remains a bastion of peace and democratic maturity. Despite the tension fueled by a few, you chose to engage with dignity and decorum. However, we must address the disappointing events that preceded this successful day. Note that it is also a matter of public record that certain leaders attempted to block this meeting, going as far as mobilizing and funding a section of our youths to disrupt the rally. Fortunately, their attempt backfired. You saw through these tactics and refused to be used as pawns in a game of political sabotage. I want to be very clear. Transactional politics has no room in our present time. The days of treating our youth as hired muscles or commodities to be bought for a few coins are over. Politics of pockets is a direct insult to the intelligence of our voters and a threat to democracy. The freedom of movement and associations are not favors granted by individuals. They are sacred rights enshrined in our bills of rights. True leaders win hearts and minds through dialogue and ideologies, not through intimidation or exploitation of our people. And you can clearly tell from this, because in the first comments, she made it very clear that asante ni, my decision loading. Ladies and gentlemen, the move by Ruth Odinga is going to be significant, politically speaking. And since I have some political eyes, I can easily tell why William Ruto went with Raila Jr. to Kibra today. And I'm coming with that separate analysis later. But in this video, I want us to talk about the move by Ruth Odinga, because for me, it is significant, politically speaking. Before you do that, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Ladies and gentlemen, the move by Ruth Odinga, which I'm 100% sure that's the direction she's going to take, is going to be significant, politically speaking, and a major win for Edwin Sifuna and the group, and a huge blow to Oburu Oginga. Let me take you back a bit. When Raila Odinga passed on, Oburu Oginga was made the acting party leader. And there is an organ of ODM party called the Central Management Committee. That's the highest decision-making organ of the party. Ruth Odinga wanted to be part and parcel of that committee. There is no way she was going to be part of it unless she qualified. She was not. So what did she do? Ruth Odinga appointed herself the acting personal assistant to the brother Oburu Oginga. So she would go to those meetings as the secretary or as the PA to Oburu, then listen to whatever was being discussed. Then for those who've been following Oburu Oginga, at some point, the sons, that is Elijah, picked up that role, which meant There was no way Ruth was going to sit in those meetings. And that's how Ruth Odinga now started making a lot of noise. But let me not get into all those. The truth is, Ruth Odinga has realized, and this was expected, that after this rally, because I spoke to several MPs from Nyanza, some of them are really worried that the Sifuna wave and the Babu wave, if they're not careful, is going to sweep them. That's exactly what Ruth Odinga is following. But why is this significant? Number one, it's going to hand Edwin Sifuna and the group the much needed Odinga support, the Odinga family. Because let's face it, at some point, Mama Ida Odinga kind of endorsed or supported Sifuna. But Mama Ida then picked up a job, which means literally she's no longer a politician. Then it was expected that Winnie was going to join this group. And she was very vocal. But at some point after the mother picked up the role, Winnie Odinga has taken some low profile. Then we saw Raila Jr. with William Ruto today. So which meant, as things stand today, you can't really talk of an Odinga in Sifuna's group. Before they came to Kisumu, they went to Bondo. Who received them? Omondi Odinga, the younger brother to Raila Odinga. I don't know whether he received them by virtue of being the one in the homestead or as part of that team. But the truth is, they needed that Odinga family in this camp. Because the truth is, ODM was formed by Raila, Raila was ODM. It remains an Odinga thing. So they lacked that. So by joining this camp, Ruth is going now to be the face of the Odinga family in this camp. And that's significant. Number two, if indeed Ruth Odinga will join this camp, it's going to prove something. The questions about Oburu Odinga's ability to lead. Because it's going to portray Oburu as someone who is incapable of leading. If she cannot bring the Odinga's family together. We've not seen clear endorsement from the Raila family. Now, the sister. Because the other thing you cannot run away from is that when Raila Odinga was the member of parliament for Langata, Ruth was the one who was always with him. In fact, when Raila Odinga passed on in India, the person who was with Raila was none other than Ruth Odinga. The truth is, even right now, she is elected women rep, courtesy of Raila Odinga. So it's going to portray Oburu Oginga in bad light. And therefore, most people will now not blame ODM as a party, but they will blame Oburu Oginga and his leadership ability. Number three, and this is something which I keep on repeating on this platform. Politics is a perceptional. Number three, and this is something which I keep on saying on this platform. Politics is a perceptional game. The perception is going to be created moving forward that Edwin Sifuna's camp are winning. Because if you thought they were not going to be received in Kisumu, they were well received. If you thought they will not get the support of the Odinga family, they are winning that support. So for me, that should worry Oburu Oginga and the group, perceptionally. And importantly, I think what Ruth Odinga is doing is probably what all other political players would do. Go with the current. Go with the ground. Listen to what the ground is saying. After the rally in Kisumu, I can assure you, political realignments are going to take shape in this region. There were those who are still in the middle. Some had not made decision. So they'll definitely make that decision based on what they witnessed here. So that if they feared that if they were to join Sifuna's group, they were going to be isolated. Then they'll realize that, okay, Kombe, these guys also have some support. So they'll easily now make that decision. I was talking to my mechanic, not really talking, he was telling me that, after that rally, mimi ni mtu wa 2 term, but after that rally, I realized that this group is very strong and they're going to win. So mimi ni mtu wa 1 term. So many people are going to make those decisions. Clearly because of the pressure from the ground. And that's why sometimes it's normally very good to work around the clock to ensure your opponents fail. If ODM was serious, the Oburu group, this rally here would not have succeeded. But of course, you also know that down here, some of the members of ODM, especially the top leadership, people take them like wamefika. For them, money is everything. And because of that, there's that disconnect. And probably that explains why people turned up in large numbers to receive these guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you think. Do you think Winnie Odinga is going to add value to this group? Let me read your comments below. Bye-bye.